Welcome to this video. My name is Jakob Greisdorfer and you are watching the rock climbing vlog. So the last days I have been staying in Helsinki with Sarah and we have already done quite a few cool things. We went to Numi again, sports climbing. That's the one crag which I already featured in one of my vlogs during my last stay here in Helsinki. And I tried synchro again. And it went quite okay, I think. Maybe I will make another video about synchro in the future. Then we also went to another crag called Rawclimbing. It's a sport climbing crag, also about an hour away from Helsinki. And we did a video about this one, so in case you haven't seen it, I will link it in this video. And apart from that, we also did some bouldering. We checked out a new bouldering crag called Myllis, and I will spend some time there in the future for sure, because it's really cool. And of course, when I'm in Helsinki, I have also a little more time to focus on producing new videos for the channel. And since you guys seem to really like the last training vlog that I shot in Graz, I thought I will do another training vlog. And I think this is just the beginning of a series called Training for Climbing. And I will try to cover different topics in every single video of this series. So in the first video, I will also link it. I showed you how one of my training days looked like, so it was more or less a training vlog. And in this video, I would like to provide some information on a specific topic, namely on shoulder exercises and shoulder strengthening. I think that's a very important topic for climbers for two reasons. First of all, I think that shoulder exercises which are carried out on a regular basis prevent shoulder injuries, which are pretty common in climbers. And as we all know, an injury can throw you back quite a bit, so it's important to try everything to prevent injuries. And secondly, the shoulders themselves have or play a major role in climbing, since it often comes down to the ability to fixate the shoulder blades or to just drive some power through your shoulders in climbing. Yeah, so I thought I will show you some exercises in two different setups. So the first setup is a gym setup. It was filmed in one of the climbing gyms here in Helsinki. And the second setup is basically a home setup. So I will use minimal gear for that one, just a resistance band. For all of you who do not have access to a climbing gym or to a normal gym, so that every one of you can work on their shoulders. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it and start with the first exercises. All right, I thought I will make a voiceover once again, because that way I can provide a little more information. Here we are in the beautiful training facilities of one of the gyms in Helsinki, and here is the first exercise. I don't really know how it is called, but it's a really good exercise, and one of the most important things when doing this exercise is to really engage the core muscles. So you don't want to bend backwards with your back. Instead, you want to be really stable while performing the movement. Then the next exercise is an exercise for your rotator cuff. Here it is. So in climbing, we usually compress inwards when we try to hold two slopers, for example, or two edges, but we never apply force outwards. So with this exercise, we strengthen the rotator cuff and the antagonists in the shoulder. The antagonists are those muscles which are usually not engaged while climbing. Again, with this exercise, you want to be really stable in your core, and also you should try to keep your elbow in place. It's not optimal how I'm doing it here, and actually it is quite hard to not move your elbow at all. you really just want to rotate your arm outwards. Now this is another really good shoulder exercise. It's called shoulder shrugs. So you need a pull-up bar for this one, or 2 jugs, and then you really try to engage your shoulders and then relax them, and you repeat this motion several times. You will see it gets quite exhausting. So you don't pull, there should be no bend in your elbows, it's all your shoulders with this exercise. And then as an advanced variation you could do 1-arm shoulder shrugs, but these are quite demanding, so maybe if you have never done exercises like that, start out with the 2-arm shoulder shrugs. This 1-arm shoulder shrugs exercise is also great for training the 1-arm pull-up. Now this one is called lat pull down, I think, and it's kind of an extension of the shoulder shrugs. You also engage the shoulders in the same way as in the shoulder shrugs, but then you also lift your body upwards. This exercise is also a great way to train your front lever. Alright, so the next exercise I believe is going to be on the floor. We call it swimming with weights because the movement you perform looks somehow like swimming. Also really good exercise because you got all this rotation going on, and here you just have to pick a weight which feels comfortable for you. I think I used 1 kilo or 2 kilos here. You really don't need much weight, and if it's too challenging with a weight, then you can do it without a weight in the beginning. And with this exercise it's important to keep your neck straight and look straight into the floor, and not bending your head backwards as I'm gonna demonstrate here. So this is how you should not do it, because it puts unnecessary strain on your neck. So really try to just look downwards and keep a straight neck. So another exercise, just lean against the wall and try to create as much contact surface with your back as possible, and that's again how you should not do it. So you don't want to bend your back like this. Instead you want to try to create a lot of contact surface with your back and then do this sliding motion. Alright, now we change the location. We are now in the garden, and I have just this resistance band, and I'm going to show you a few exercises with this band in case you don't have a facility like shown in previous clips. So here this is similar to the first exercise I showed you in the gym. Again, really try to engage your core, and also if you go and buy one of these resistance bands, then make sure it has the right strength. So you can buy them in different strength or in different hardnesses. Yeah, so this is another exercise with the resistance band. Again, try to keep your elbows in place and do this upwards rotation. It's a really good exercise for your antagonists. Now, the next exercise is somehow similar to the one for the rotator cuff. Again, you want to try to keep your elbows in place and just open your hands in front of your body, pulling on the resistance band. Then the next exercise is basically the same as the one for the rotator cuff. So you just need a fixed object where you wrap the resistance band around, and then you perform this outward motion. And with this exercise, as I said, really pay close attention to your elbow. A lot of people do this exercise not in a clean way, because their elbow is constantly moving back and forth while they're doing it. You should try to avoid it. So this is one additional exercise for your finger extensors. So just wrap the resistance band around your fingers like this and then perform this opening motion of your hand. It's also a good exercise, I think, to train the extensors, so the muscles which open up your hand and which are clearly not used as much in climbing. Alright, I'm ending this vlog now. I'm already back in Graz. I recorded some parts of this vlog in Graz because I could not manage to do it in Helsinki. We simply ran out of time. We had just so much to do there. But yeah, nevertheless, I think, or I hope it became an interesting vlog, and I also hope that you could learn something from watching this. And in the end, I would like to talk a little bit about how to incorporate these exercises into your daily training. First of all the exercises that I showed you with the rubber band or resistance bands, they are not as heavy on the shoulders as the exercises on the pull-up bar and on the pulling machine. So you can do them on a rest day. That's what I do usually, or even for a warm-up. Whereas the exercises on the pulling machine and on the pull-up bar are quite a bit heavier on your shoulders, I think. So I would not recommend to do them on a rest day, since yeah, you would just strain your shoulders too much, in my opinion. Yeah, and maybe I would also not recommend to do them as a warm-up, at least not extensively, because you will feel a little bit tired after these exercises, and that's not what you want to achieve with a warm-up. So I would do these heavier exercises within a strength session. For example, when I do some campus boarding, I do them, or I incorporate them in my training, and I really treat them like a single strength session for themselves. Yeah. And as far as frequency is concerned, as I said, I do the exercises on my rest days. So I usually have 2 rest days a week. So I will do the rubber band exercises 2 times a week, and I will also incorporate them in my warm-up quite frequently. And when it comes to the heavier exercises, I do these more like in cycles. So I don't do them all year round, but I do them when I have a strength phase in my training, and then I do them, like, I would say 3 times a week, maybe, not more, because yeah, you need some time to rest from these exercises, because they target your shoulders pretty specifically. Alright, I hope you liked this video, and I hope you learned something from this video. If you have some questions, just drop a comment, and if you like the video, then leave a like or a comment or both. And if you're not already subscribed to Rawclimbing, then subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit this bell button, otherwise you won't get any notifications if there is a new video. Okay, I wish you a nice day and keep climbing.